Hello and welcome to our preview of the 2014 Portland International Auto Show, presented by the Metro Portland New Car Dealers Association. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll show you some of the best vehicles on display at this year's Portland International Auto Show at the Oregon Convention Center. And we've got a few surprises up our sleeves, including the 2015 Mustang. It's going to be the first time it's appeared on the west coast of the United States. And we'll have two Chevy Corvette Stingrays. So sit back, relax and enjoy the next 30 minutes of some of the best cars, trucks and SUVs America has to offer. Hello and welcome to our show. Everybody loves a little luxury in their life, and the premium segment is expected to grow 30% over the next 5 years. That means more vehicles and more models in showrooms for us to choose from. Now, Audi is launching their small premium vehicle, the A3. It's specially made for those people that live in urban areas. The A3 will be arriving at dealerships at the beginning of 2014, with many versions of the car coming in the next 18 months. The most popular version of the new A3 is going to be the sedan, but if you're looking for an alternative fuel source, you might think of the A3 TDI with Audi's superb clean-burning diesel engine, or the A3 Sportsback e-tron gasoline-electric plug-in hybrid. For those looking for sporty, the S3 high-performance model will arrive in showrooms in early 2015. The A3 has a retractable 11mm thick dash display. It'll have the first use of the NVIDIA Tegra 2 graphics card. This level of display has never been seen in a car before and is normally reserved for smartphones and tablets. Audi is also proud to be the first company to use 4G LTE connection devices in cars, and you can create a Wi-Fi hotspot like in any other Audi car to link up to 8 devices, which will keep those kids occupied in the back seat. If you're looking for a British premium, you won't find better than the new Jaguar F-Type. Originally introduced as a roadster and soon to be coming as a coupe, this is a dream machine for most. 550 horsepower and a 0 to 60 mile an hour time of just 4 seconds. The all-aluminum F-Type has configurable driving modes and a button that makes the exhaust sound more prominent when engaged. Over at the Lincoln booth, you'll find lots to look at. Lincoln are back, and on display is the new Lincoln MKC. This premium utility vehicle has some cool new technology. Not only will the vehicle park itself, but it'll automatically come out of a parking space if it need it to. Arriving in dealerships this spring, it's the second of 4 new Lincolns to be designed. The quality of the vehicle is high, and the best part, it's built in America. Over at the Mercedes display, you'll find the best that German engineering has to offer. Getting its fair share of attention is the new Mercedes CLA. Built for a new generation of Mercedes owner, its dynamic styling starts at just $29,900, and you won't believe what you'll get for that price. Mercedes also have an AMG version of the CLA for those that want a few more race car attributes in their CLA. You know, there's so many great cars here at the Oregon Convention Center at the Portland International Auto Show that I almost feel a little bit like royalty. Now, about 10 years ago, cars were getting the first technology features, things like keyless entry and navigation systems. Now, almost every new car has those systems. So here are some new technologies that you'll see in every car of the future. If you can think it, car manufacturers are most likely already developing it. Inside the Jaguar XJ, you won't find what you expect when it comes to regular traditional gauges. Where the gauges once were, you'll see a thin transistor-filmed screen, something like a very high-tech computer screen. In the next few years, old-fashioned analog gauges could become a thing of the past. All future cars will have increased visibility, thanks to the around camera systems. Backing up and parking will be a breeze with the externally mounted vehicle cameras, like in this Nissan Rogue. Honda recently included mirror-mounted cameras as part of its lane watch system. It shows the driver what's in his or her blind spot. This is all possible because of a drop in price of small cameras. This technology will soon be in every car. And just like a fighter jet, cars will all have heads-up displays. A heads-up display is where key driver information like navigation and vehicle speed is projected onto the windshield of the car. This technology is also available in some high-end General Motors and BMW cars, but the latest companies to adopt the technology include Hyundai in the new Equus, Mazda in the new Mazda 3, and Acura in the RLX Sports Hybrid. Mazda have gone a different direction with the idea. For safety and convenience reasons, they project it onto a clear flip-up screen in the front of the driver. Now my hope is that the car of the future will have something like a coffee maker or maybe even a microwave oven in it. And don't forget that screen between me and the kids in the back, just to keep them quiet so I can't hear them. Now when we come back to the Portland International Auto Show, we'll find out how farmers are growing car part materials right in their fields. That and more when we return.
Be one of the first to see the new Corvette Stingray at the Portland International Auto Show. The show is open to the public February 6th through the 9th. Tickets are $12 for adults, $8 for children. Seniors and military are $10. Thank you for your service, and go to portlandautoshow.com for more information.
Welcome back to the Portland International Auto Show. I'm Nick Miles. Now, in the Northwest, we love our green, and that doesn't only mean the ducks. It also means green cars. And green cars include hybrids, electrics, and diesels. And the International Auto Show has them all. General Motors has got back into the world of diesel. At this year's show, you'll be able to see the Chevy Cruze diesel. You might think it looks like any regular Chevy Cruze on the road, but under the hood is hiding a 2-liter turbo diesel engine. And the only way you can tell this is a diesel is the small green badge on the back of the car. The engine is already a big hit in Europe and provides the driver with up to 151 horsepower. A 6-speed automatic takes the power from the engine and helps put it on the road. And you'll get 717 miles out of a full tank of diesel, which will get you all the way from the Portland Auto Show to Canada and back again without stopping to fill up the tank. If you're looking for a little more luxury, Audi has their new A6 TDI at this year's show. TDI stands for turbocharged direct injection. The Audi offers affordable mid-size engineering in a mid-size package. It's designed to fit the modern family of 5 passengers or to be used as executive transportation, all with the technology, styling and advanced engineering that Audi has a reputation for. Want to see Subaru's first ever hybrid? Well, it's on display at this year's Portland International Auto Show. The Subaru Crosstrek Hybrid. Subaru's no stranger to off-road adventures, and as you'd expect, the Crosstrek is as capable as any other Subaru family member. You'll get 29 miles a gallon in the city and 33 miles a gallon on the highway, which is 31 combined out of this hybrid Subaru. This Subaru is the most fuel-efficient all-wheel drive crossover in America. If you want to check out a versatile, capable hybrid at this year's show, stop number 1 needs to be at the Subaru stand. If you're looking for electric, this year's show is lucky enough to be showing off the BMW i3. BMW's first electric vehicle to be mass-produced for America. And this is where the story gets local. The carbon fiber body is made just over the river in Washington state. This all-electric car is the smallest vehicle with the BMW nameplate, but it has the soul of a lion and room for the whole family. This is truly a green car. Oregonians love their hybrid cars, and the Portland International Auto Show will have a good selection for those looking for green transportation solutions. The most famous of all hybrid cars is the Toyota Prius. It'll be at the show, and Toyota have sold over 3 million Priuses worldwide. The current Prius is the 3rd generation of the vehicle, and it now has a family of siblings. The Prius C, a small urban version of the Prius, and the Prius V, which is larger and gives the owner a little more cargo space. And don't forget the Toyota Prius Hybrid plug-in, which will give the operator up to 16 miles on electric power alone. Now, although VW are famous for their diesel cars, they have a very successful hybrid, the Jetta Hybrid. In fact, many manufacturers will have hybrid models on the floor of this year's show. Now, like most things in our lives, we try to become more sustainable. And when you go to a dealership and you look at the new cars, you might want to consider where some of the parts for those new cars come from. Now, they're not coming from a mine or a plastics factory, but they're actually being grown in farmers' fields. At the end of the farming season, any straw left in the fields is burned, but Ford have found another use for it: the air ducts and storage bins in new cars. That foam padding that makes up the soft part of the seats that you sit on is now made from soy foam. More than 31,000 soybeans go into every new Ford Escape, and Ford's supply team buy more than 5 million pounds of soy every year. This manufacturing with farm-grown products is nothing new for Ford. They had vehicles in 1941 that used soybeans in the fiber construction. When Ford launched the 2007 Mustang, very few customers knew that the seats were made of soy foam. Although the petroleum-based foam and soy foam prices were the same at the time, as oil prices began to rise, the use of soy foam saved Ford and their customers money. And it's not only farm products that go into the modern car. Ford is taking used water bottles from auto shows and recycling them into seats in some of their new cars. When our review of the Portland International Auto Show returns, we'll take a look at the American workhorse, the truck. And they are fast and fun to drive. We'll take a look at the cars that made our list of the Fast and the Furious.
Come to the Portland International Auto Show on Sunday, February 9th at 10 a.m. and see Nick Miles and the Test Miles crew broadcasting their radio show live on FM News 101. See the cars, have some fun.
Welcome back to our preview of the Portland International Auto Show. I'm Nick Miles. Now, about 20% of the vehicles sold in the United States every year are commercial vehicles. Trucks, that's about 3 million. And if you want something taken somewhere, hauled or transported, it's probably going to be in a truck. And the display is very comprehensive at this year's show. Just a matter of days ago, Ford unveiled the new F-150 in Detroit, and it's heading to Portland for an exclusive appearance at the Portland International Auto Show. When you spend nearly 4 decades at the top of the pickup mountain, you have a history of knowing what customers want, and the all-new Ford F-150 redefines the future pickup. Embarking on a complete redesign of the new F-150, Ford knew what it needed to do: design and build a pickup for customers who want a truck that is tough, smart, but can still meet their growing demands for efficiency. The new F-150 has shed nearly 700 pounds with a new aluminum alloy composite at the front. The new F-150 also includes lots of clever devices to make working life more simple: a redesigned tie-down system, a piece of ingenious engineering to help you put your ladders in the truck, and lots of others. Next to the F-150, Ford will also be bringing its F-Series Super Duty to Portland, raising the bar for Super Duty towing, hauling, and braking to again set the standard amongst heavy-duty trucks. When it comes to the truck segment at the show, you'll also be able to get up close and personal with this year's North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado. Chevy's close cousin, the GMC Sierra, will be on display with its high-end and muscular capability. Ram will bring its award-winning 1500 to the show. The Ram walked away with the North American Truck of the Year title last year, and excitingly comes with a diesel engine, a 100,000-mile 5-year limited powertrain warranty, and the honor of being named the Motor Trend Truck of the Year in 2013 and 2014. So whether you're working on the farm or hauling a huge load, the Portland International Auto Show has a vehicle for you. Now, some people call them tuner cars, other people call them rally cars, but whatever you call them, they have 4 wheels and they're full of thrills. The Ford Focus ST is on display at this year's Portland Auto Show and is the first car in our list of the Fast and the Furious. The ST stands for Sports Technology, and the Ford Focus ST is Ford's first hot hatch for a worldwide market. Ford are reporting that they have already seen an increase in sales of the Focus in some categories of younger buyers, and that is understandable when you see this car. It's like having a sports car, a family car, and a fuel economy car all rolled into one. One reason that buyers are interested in the Ford Focus ST is Ford have managed to keep the fuel economy high with a 2-liter EcoBoost engine that delivers 23 miles a gallon in the city and 32 miles a gallon on the highway. Quite impressive when you learn that this little rocket has 252 horsepower and can deliver a top speed of 154 miles an hour. Other Fast and Furious cars at this year's show include the Honda Civic Si, the Scion FRS, and the VW Golf GTI. VW also have a very special car at this year's show, the Beetle GSR.
The GSR meets the criteria for Fast and Furious because under the hood it has 210 horsepower and 207 pounds-foot torque. This hot little engine is almost identical to the one you'll find in the Golf GTI. The Beetle GSR comes nicely equipped for around $30,000, and the paint is a throwback to the original GSR from VW's racing heritage. This special edition comes with lots of extras you can get on a regular Beetle, and with the added bonus of power, speed and fun. The hot new Subaru WRX is making a special appearance in Portland. Subaru promises that the new WRX will have handling not seen in the segment before. The WRX has a new engine for 2014, outputting 268 horsepower from a direct injection turbo boxer power plant. The WRX will be arriving in showrooms all over Portland right after the auto show.
Now, I travel the country taking a look at auto shows, and the display of exotics in Portland are some of the best I've ever seen. When we return to the Portland International Auto Show, I'll tell you how you could win a Mazda 3, and we'll have a list of must-see events and cars at this year's show. That and more still to come.
Be one of the first to see the new Ford Mustang at the Portland International Auto Show. The show is open to the public February 6th through the 9th. Tickets are $12 for adults, $8 for children. Seniors and military are $10. Thank you for your service, and go to portlandautoshow.com for more information.
If I was to say brands like Ferrari, Lotus, or this Maserati that I'm sitting inside of, I already know that your heart is racing. And this year at the Portland International Auto Show, they have something called the Luxury Loft. It's full of some of those beautiful cars, some of the best cars that are ever made, and you can definitely get lost walking around and looking at them. And this year, the Luxury Loft is better than ever.
In the Luxury Loft, it's time to rethink what you know about Maserati. The new Ghibli will be on display at the Portland International Auto Show, and it marks a change of direction for the brand. Some of the future plans for Maserati will include turbocharging, diesel, and an SUV. The new Ghibli is set to rival four-door coupes such as the Mercedes-Benz CLS class, BMW's 6 Series Grand Coupe, and Audi's A7. Maserati have the heartbeat of the racing heritage. This is evident from the 2 twin-turbo engines that will be offered in the new Ghibli. The engines are built for Maserati by the younger sibling Ferrari. It will offer 345 horsepower or 404 horsepower in the S model. The price of the new Ghibli will not break the bank, starting at just $65,000. Also on display this year, the new and very special Maserati Quattroporte. For 2014, Maserati have stretched out the wheelbase 4 inches to give some much-needed room for the rear seat passengers. The 2014 also becomes more muscular, with an extra 2.5 inches in width, and on the inside the display screen has grown to 8.4 inches, and the 15-speaker 1,280-watt Bauer Wilkinson audio system is what you'd expect to find in this class of car. If you've never owned a Ferrari before, I always recommend starting your collection with a California. The 2014 Ferrari California is in this year's Luxury Loft at the Portland International Auto Show and makes the perfect addition to any garage. Not only is the California fun, dynamic and easy to drive, it can be used as a daily driver or for dynamic weekend jaunts up the Columbia River Gorge. This Italian beauty is true to the classic roadster proportions on the outside, and on the inside, the perfect combination of leather, metal and trim are used in Ferrari's very purposeful style. Put this car on the road and you'll be surprised at how well it handles. Unmatched by any other roadster, the California can be added to your garage for under $200,000.
Now, I've made a list of exotic cars that I want to buy if I win the lottery. Now, here's our list of must-see things at this year's show.
Huge news for Portland this year is the arrival of the new Ford Mustang on the West Coast. It's not been shown at an auto show this side of the country before. The car is not expected to go on sale until late summer, and this might be your only opportunity to see it for the next 6 months. The 2015 Ford Mustang is celebrating 50 years of an American icon. 9 million sold over the vehicle's history, and this is the best Mustang yet. It'll take a jump into the future with things like push-button start and new and advanced automotive technology. Portland is proud to show off 2 of this year's winner of North American Car of the Year, the Chevy Corvette Stingray. This American icon is celebrating 60 years in the marketplace, and with very few being produced each day from the factory, it's quite an honor to have 2 on the convention center floor. The Stingray is a performance animal and is on the must-see list this year. There's an opportunity to leave the Portland Auto Show with a car of your very own. The show is giving away a Mazda 3 SGT. To enter, simply visit the new car giveaway booth at this year's show. Manufacturers want you to be able not only to look at these cars, but also to experience them as well. This year, the Portland International Auto Show, with its manufacturer partners, is putting on a ride and drive. You can experience some of the cars from the show on the road. Toyota, Subaru, Scion, Buick, GMC, Chevy, and Kia will all be participating this year. Scion will have a multi-dimensional ride and drive with a street course for the new FRS and the IQ in a closed course to showcase its versatility. Toyota's ride and drive will have a full lineup of models, including the new Prius and the newly redesigned Camry. Subaru's ride and drive will have a full line of models, including the 2014 Outback. Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC will be combining forces this year to conduct a General Motors multi-brand ride and drive. It'll be their 6th year in a row. The event will include the Volt and the new Duramax diesel pickup, and Kia will highlight the full model lineup, including the new Cadenza and the newly updated Optima.
Now, the Portland International Auto Show goes on all weekend long, and we'd love you to come down and say hi to see us and, of course, see all the new cars on the floor. Now, hopefully most of these new cars will be in showrooms very soon, except for the concepts, which you may have to wait a few years to find out if they're actually going to make. And it's all brought to you by the Portland Metro New Car Dealers Association.
Come to the Portland International Auto Show on Sunday, February 9th at 10 a.m. and see Nick Miles and the Test Miles crew broadcasting their radio show live on FM News 101. See the cars, have some fun,